Hey, hello everyone.
Hi Shri, good morning, good
Hello.
afternoon.
Let's see who's available. Okay, welcome you all to the Sunday prayers. This is every Sunday we talk about success towards PMP and PMI ACP certification. So first, welcome you all to the Sunday program. I should have some people who cleared PMP recently. Whom I have here? Vaidiswaran, Tanusa, am I right? You people available? Here we go. Okay, I have some people who cleared PMP recently. First, congratulations for both of you who cleared PMP recently.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shri.
Great, great, good. I'm sure you feel good. You're done with the job. Now you can relax. Nice, good to know. Good to know. This program we meet on every Sunday, which is primarily to talk about how people are progressing, and also you want to listen to the people who went to the exam. Reading, listening to people is a different story. When you go and face it, that's a different story, right? It's on the ground. On the ground, you feel what is happening. So it'll be nice to listen from you how things went on. I have two of them here, so we'll go one by one. Who want to talk first?
Ladies first.
Okay. So you want to go with Tanisa? Can I add you? All right.
Yes,
Good.
yes.
All right. Good. First, congratulations once again. And how many days back you cleared the exam?
I gave my exam on Thursday, 22nd. So it's 3 days. 3 days back.
22nd you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Good to know. Good to know. So you got your certificate from PMI?
Yes, I got it. I got it on Friday. Yeah, Friday late night. I got
Okay, good. I'm sure you read your name a couple of times.
it. Yes.
All right, good. So how long this journey is? How long it took for getting to the exam?
It took me. I enrolled in the March batch. So I was consistent throughout the March, but I took 2 weeks break in between festivals and everything. But then I was on track, and it roughly took about 2.5 months, I would say.
Okay, okay. For some reason, I get your mic as a different sound. Is it something a new headsets you're putting?
Yeah, I wanted to cancel the background noise. I mean, is it clear or should I maybe just?
Yeah, you're good now. You're good now. As I
Yeah?
found a different sound came up. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. So why I ask this question is if somebody is starting the preparation today, how long an approximate time we can give them from your thought process?
I feel 3.5 months should be fine. I
Three
mean,
and a
if
half
you
months.
even dedicate like 2 hours daily, it should be fine.
Okay. Okay. It depends on their experience also, right? What kind of
Experience
job?
also. True. True.
Okay.
That's also there, and how much you dedicate your time. Some people like the reading abilities are different for everyone. The
Mm.
attention span is different for everyone. So it maybe depends on that. But on an average, I would say 3.5 months is a good timeline. Maybe you don't if you don't want to drag it for too long also.
Okay. Nice to know. Good to know. So how was your exam experience, the exam day?
It was I was very nervous. I mean, I had my exam at 8 in the morning and I woke up around 3 in the morning. I mean, I was going through revising, but it was I was nervous, but I think it was fine. But at the time I reached my exam center and they asked me to wait, they gave me a set of instructions I had to read through. But yeah, the overall experience was really nice. I did not face any challenges with my center. I would say very nice
Okay.
experience with the center, unlike in the past where I had heard a couple of stories. But I think my center was really chill. It was fine. Everything went on very smooth.
Okay. That's nice. So 3 a.m. you got it. You are reading something in the morning?
No, no, straight. I just couldn't sleep thinking about the next day.
Couldn't sleep. Couldn't sleep. Okay, one question people generally ask is when you go to the exam, two things they have the question is one is a time management. Was a time in control? How was it for you?
For me, the time was in control, Shay. I wouldn't say I faced any challenges at the time. In fact, every set of 60 questions, I had 15 minutes time where I reviewed all the questions from the start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, luckily, I did not face any time challenges. I took both my breaks. And for even during my walks, I made sure to take both my breaks. But I think your mock 3 was something I found it really difficult and I did not have any time for review. But otherwise, in the exam wise, I did not face
Okay.
any time issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Also,
Good to
also,
know.
also maybe because the questions weren't that long. Also, I've heard people saying that the questions were too long. I did not have any long questions that took a while to read. They were very like one line or two liner questions.
So your question paper is good, right? Because like the PMI keeps shuffling the question paper. It could be different, but I think you got a question paper which is not much lengthy. That's what I'm hearing.
Lengthy, yes, yes.
Okay, nice to know. Nice to know. Second question people ask is how much of Agile was in the exam?
I wanted to come to that. So from what I've heard people from the last few Sunday prayer sessions was with 70-30 that, 30% predictive and it's more of agile. Kind of agree to it, but in my case, I
Tanisha,
would say I had,
Tanisha, I'll hold you here. Can you try without the headset?
yeah.
Maybe the main topic somewhere I'm getting little echo there or not clear.
Okay, am I audible now?
Fantastic. It's called adaptive agile nature. You proved it now. It works.
Just
Okay,
a
go ahead.
second. I think the speaker here is okay. Okay, I'm audible clearly, right?
Pretty much clearer than before. Okay, go ahead about the agile.
Yeah. So from what I heard people say is it's 30 and 70% agile and 30% predictive. But in my case, I would say there was an equal blend of predictive and agile. I wouldn't say hybrid, but I had like 55% of agile and 45% of predictive. And the question areas where I struggled to answer were predictive. Agile went on pretty well for me. The questions were very, not direct, but it was fine. But predictive questions were tricky for me, a little challenging, I would say.
Okay. Interesting. Because you work in predictive nature.
Hybrid, I would say, not fully predictive.
Hybrid. What is your job nature, if you like to share?
I work in the product data management area. So it's not completely predictive also, not fully agile also. It's not an IT-based firm, so it's more of an hybrid firm.
Okay. So agile looks better for you than predictive in main exam.
Yeah,
All
in the main
right. So
exam.
this is encouraging because many people feel that agile is going to be tougher. When you say agile, what books you would have read for agile?
Okay. Till my first mock, I did not refer ACP Agile Practice Guide. It was just Rita 11, which I was fully reading. But I think after my first mock, I realized I needed some touch extra, maybe because I'm not from Agile and the concepts were new. I went through Agile Practice Guide, really helpful book. I mean, it's very short. I mean, it's a small book also. It didn't take much time for me to read. In a day, I was able to finish the whole book. So that was helpful. So Rita 11 and Agile Practice Guide.
Rita 11, Agile Practice Guide, reading, and few full exams in ShriLearning. And then you evolved from there. Very good. Nice to know. Good to know, Tanisha. That's nice. Interesting. Any tips which somebody can listen from you for preparation?
Just be calm. I would say don't get nervous. At least for the first 10 questions, I was very nervous. My hands were shivering when I was selecting the answers somehow. Although I knew the answers, but still, it took a while for me to, actually read the questions and get the flow of it. But yeah, one more thing I want to add was I had 15 multiple choice questions. I mean, multiple answer. Yeah.
That's big.
Drag and drop, I had 3. And one numerical question was pretty challenging. I would say it took 4.5 minutes of my time.
Okay. That's interesting, right? So multiple choice more. That makes
For me, it was
more challenging, right? You have to think a lot before you choose the
yeah.
answer. Okay, that's interesting. But is it shivering due to air condition in the room?
No. The center was they put on the AC for 10 minutes and switched it off. 10 minutes on and off. So they did allow me to carry my jacket also. So they were like totally fine. You wear it whenever you feel cold. You remove it, keep it aside, and then you wear. So they were flexible with that.
Okay, I understood. So nearly 2.5, 3 months is a good to go for exam. Books is Rita 11 with Agile Practice Guide.
Agile Practice Guide.
And you practice the question well. Maybe one question before we move on. One worry for people is in the practice exam, scores are not coming up. Even you would have said this 2 weeks back. So
Correct.
should you really worry on this and then when you go to main exam?
I would say if you're a person who's like only looking for score, you might feel a little disappointed, because I was that kind of a person. I wanted somehow 70 above, but I never reached there. So I was very disappointed. I think my highest was 68 or something. But yeah, I feel if you kind of share your scores with Rahul and Shri, you will properly guide them, if this is a good to go thing or not. And I thoroughly analyzed all my mocks. I gave 5 mocks, and I thoroughly analyzed all 180 questions. In fact,
Very
after my analysis, also before the exam, I dedicated one full day to analyze all the questions over and over again. And somehow the options are very similar in the main exams.
Okay.
The kind of options, not the question or the concept, but it was somehow you could relate to it very easily if you've given the full marks.
Nice to know. Good to know, Tanisha. Really nice, huh? Okay, because you are very early stage in your project management, right? You're getting in the ladder of project management. There are people who come after 10, 15 years experience, and we come with a baggage. If you ask me now, I carry a baggage on my shoulder. What is my experience? With this experience, sometimes the thinking process is different. A person very new to management like you who starts there, it'll be nice, no baggage, but this baggage is not there also a problem sometimes. You cannot think question in different directions.
Yeah.
But really appreciate that you put that effort to learn the concepts very well and apply that, and you cleared the exam. So now it's time to grow in your ladder. That's pretty important.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
Last final note is maybe for everyone who's preparing. When I was halfway through my journey, so I was just a little doubtful if I should refer some other sources or what, but I just stuck to the ShriLearning material, the mocks, the chapter-wise questions, and even you have a different set of drag and drop questions also. You have that, and you have agile concept-based questions also. I did try out some questions from the YouTube, but trust me, the quality and level of difficulty in ShriLearning is like I think that's more than enough for you to crack. You don't have to be distracted with any other source. You can just blindly trust read a 11 book, and Agile Practice Guide. It's a good to read book, I would say. Not like read in depth, but a good one-day read of it is more than enough for you to pick up a lot of concepts.
Good to know, Tanisha. That's a good motivation that don't search too much. Stays where you are.
Whatever you have, just stick to that. Whatever the content you have in front of you. Don't even maybe go for a lot of chapter-wise questions. Maybe 40, 60 questions. That's a good practice. Maybe 2 days once you practice a 40 question mark or a 60 question mark, and focus on your full marks and a lot of agile questions. So I think that's more than enough. You'll get that confidence automatically.
Perfect. That's really good. Good points shared. Did you had party with your friends and family?
Yeah, I am on a vacation actually.
Okay. So after exam, you're celebrating it. Is your parents happy with your exam?
Yes. Everyone's really happy.
Okay. Did they treat you like a school girl? Your parents treat you
They still do, but yeah, but it's fine.
When you go to the exam, the mom treat you like that, right? Did you take a hall ticket? Did you take a geometry box?
Yes. I reached the exam center and I was showing the document. She's calling, did you reach? And it's just, and when I came back, she knew my exam would get over at 12. She's constantly messaging me on WhatsApp. How was the paper? I mean, it's not even over. Dot 12, she's messaged me.
That's mom. And you're also just new to management. Slowly, a few years now, you'll come to know that management is a lot of ups and downs, right? You have to go through this. Very good. So congratulations again, Tanisha, for coming up here and sharing your feedback. A key takeaway for me here is don't stress on the score, right?
Yeah.
It depends on your preparation model and the confidence. And one learning from you is don't get nervous in the exam hall because it's a 4 hours exam. First, a few questions can be tighter for you. Once you learn the pattern, you start answering better, right? That's a part. Also, another learning is Agile is very good to read in Agile Practice Guide plus Rita 11. That's more than enough. Yeah, that's a point I hear. Super good. So keep up the momentum and join our Elite group and improve your career growth from there, right?
Yes, sure.
Good. Thanks a lot again. And again, good wishes to Tanisha for coming up here.
Thank you so much, Shay.
Perfectly. Then we have one more person who cleared PMP. I'm keeping him wait for a while. Let's invite him. That's Vaithiswaran. Hey, good. You're in mute mode. Okay, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I unmuted myself.
Yeah, also you are not fully visible in the cam.
Is that better?
Now I can see the person with the full PMP.
Thank you.
All right. I heard you have had some travel. Thanks for making the arrangements to come here today.
It's my pleasure.
Fantastic, fantastic. So how many days back, Vaidis, when you cleared the exam?
I cleared it on 19th, 19th of May.
19th. Okay. In the last week you cleared. So how was the journey?
It was, I should say, a lot of ups and downs because
Okay.
you probably know that I have been at it for quite some time, considerable length of time. I'm part of August 2023 batch. Okay.
Oh.
And I was ready to take my exam during the month of December 23, but because of my own personal cases, I couldn't actually get into the mode because of personal reasons.
Yeah.
Then I got out of touch. I've been in touch with you consistently for guidance, and ultimately I said no. It becomes like a monkey which is sitting on your back. You need to take it out. And reading was not a problem. I was consistently in touch with your videos specifically. I have seen all your videos, all the 15, 16 videos almost 3-4 times. And every time you watch a video, again you get something new, a word or a phrase, something which you have missed out in the previous attempt. So I kept myself engaged with the learnings, and finally, when I went to the examinations, another point which I wanted to share is I attempted 4 full mocks, only through the ShriLearning. And as Tanusha had said, scores did not matter at the end of the day because I couldn't cross even 63% in all these 4 put together. But when you sit in front of the monitor in an examination hall, the scenario is totally different. Since I did not have any kind of hiccups with respect to reading of the questions, like as you said, I was watching one of your videos where you said the screen in the examination hall would be much bigger than what you have at your home. So the examination questions length was around, say, on an average screen, 2 to 3 lines. But as Tanusha said, and other people who have cleared, if you are good enough to go through the ShriLearning mocks, you will clear the exams easily, hands down. No doubt on that.
Nice to know. Good to know. That's a positive thing. One thing I want to appreciate you, 23 you did, and there was a drop down due to various reasons. But coming back is a big thing, because our brain will tell it's okay, we are comfortable here. Why we should stress?
Yes, I went through that phase, and to be very frank, I have gone through Rita 5 times, PMP, PIMBOK 4 times. So it's a tendency, human tendency. At the moment you open the book, you feel I know everything. I have read this. So why take the pain? But as I said, while watching the videos and while going through the book, you get something new, a word or a phrase.
That's true.
And that is how it was. And I knew that you have stepped into something. It is better you clear that and come out instead of keeping that riding at your back.
That's
and
true.
Finally, as I said, come what may, I have had enough revisions. I'll go through an attempt. And as I said, the paper was moderate. It was not even to the level of the mock ShriLearning mock level, second mock or third mock, to be very frank.
Okay. I really appreciate that. Right? You read the books few times, having the patience, and also watch a video again. I like the way you said you get the new word, a new phrase. It's much true. It depends on the more you read, the more clarity you start getting when you listen to the video again or audio to that again. Good. Nice to hear that motivation now. One ask on this exam part, how was the time management in the main exam for you?
I finished the entire length of the exam in 190 minutes, inclusive of the 10 minutes break.
Wow. Well, that's a good amount of time you had. You came out early at the exam hall.
No, I finished it, and I had marked 10 questions for review in the last set of 60 questions. So I
Okay.
reviewed, and I had to change options for 2 questions, and that's it.
Okay. I'm getting a feel that you had a full sense of control in the exam hall, and you know the results already.
Yeah, it was only the fear of falling down which was stopping me. But this time, as you said, I had gone through the and the videos so many times that even if I had to answer another 20 questions, I would have still done that in 190 minutes or 200 minutes.
Wow. Look at your performance level. You're asking, give me more questions. Come on, man. That's really good.
Yeah.
I like that confidence from you. Very good. Very good. Nice to know. How is your job nature by this? And what kind of job nature it is? Is it agile, non-agile? How is it?
It is hybrid, Sri. I basically work in a telecom major in India, where I'm part of the operations. So
Okay.
the only issue with me was in operations, you are supposed to be available 24/7. So sometimes I couldn't dedicate it the stipulated time, say 2 hours or 3 hours. Sometimes it used to be only 15 minutes. But I used to ensure that I sit in front of the course and I go through the book, even if it is for 15 minutes.
Wow.
Otherwise, you start losing the track. So
That's true.
that is
That's
how I
true.
was able to maintain that consistency.
So even a small level of time you invest on it. So which means continuous improvement process. That's what you tried. Very good. Good to know. So coming from the process improvement and the working on the operations part, I'm sure some of the agile questions would be challenging, right? Maybe you may not practice on a day-to-day life.
Uh, yes, I would say that in the operations, we are already using those concepts
Applying.
without knowing that
Oh,
they are agile.
okay. That's that's interesting.
There was a bit of difficult part also, but something I think the advantages have were more than the ones which I was unaware of. So our
Fantastic.
operations
Fantastic.
is primarily hybrid kind of thing. Some of them are just in time kind of
Yeah, yeah.
matters.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. If you have any inputs for the people who are preparing now, you want to share a couple of points.
Sorry, can you please come again, Sri? I lost your voice in between.
Would you like to share any couple of points which can help someone who's preparing now? You want to give any tips for them?
Yeah, 2 points. Please don't drag your exams as I did. I had reasons which I could not override, but I would request and suggest that 3 to 4 months, as Tanusha said, at the max 6 months is good enough to clear the exams, provided you are consistent with your reading and subject. Second thing is, don't be nervous when you're going to the exam. ShriLearning mock exams are far tougher than the actual exam. So only I referred to only 2 books, same books which Tanusha had referred, Rita 11 and Agile Practice Guide. And I dedicated more time on the contents which were on the videos. So please go through the videos whenever you have doubt, and please make a note of phrases which are new to you, which I did. I have practice of writing down. So if you have a better practice, please do that. That will definitely help you, and I'm sure you can clear these exams easily. No hiccups.
Nice, nice. Good to know. I like that point. You said note on the points. That's important, right? We write in our language what we understood so that it is good to refer when close to the exam. That's impressive. That's impressive. Good. Okay. Once again, congratulations, Vaidhi, was his wonderful success. Yeah.
Thank
So I
you.
have two people. Let me invite Tanusa also. Tanusa and Vaidhi, congratulations again. It's a great achievement. Okay. We know every week we have few people clearing exam, but again, for everyone individually, it's their path, their life journey. They put the effort of last 3 months and 6 months, time and money and many sacrifices. No Netflix series, no party. You have to sit and read, focus, many things, and family. They'll ask you to go for a shop, you cannot go for it. You will tell I have to write an exam. They may not like you, but when the results comes out, that emotionally really great. You feel good. Something we did. Sometimes when the age of 30s or 40s or when I'm in a career, there is no great motivation, right? Apart from a promotion or award, no motivation. When you clear an exam like this, you get the self-confidence. Okay, I can do better. And now I would request people to apply this in your job. If not, it will become another certificate in your file. So take this, sell it, market it so you can go next level in your career. That's more important. Yeah, good. All right. With this, congratulations to both of them here. Let me see if anyone have any question you want to understand from the people who cleared the exam. I have few people online here. Is anyone here in this online who have any thought process to discuss with them? Seems everyone is happy already. Okay. Then that's great. Then thanks a lot once again for coming up here and stay in the Elite group. Let's grow together. Yeah. Good wishes and congratulations.
Thank you, Sri.
Perfectly. Perfectly. Great. We'll catch up.
Thank you.
Great, great. Then that makes us to move to next stage, that is discussing about the question paper or question. I have a question from Bharat. What is the first score in weekly mock? What does that mean, Bharat? If you can explain a little more on this. Weekly mock.
It means while giving the first mock, what is the result expected?
Ah.
That means up to 40 of if 60.
Oh, you mean the 40 question paper or 60
Yes,
questions?
yes, yes.
I would have shared some time back on this an idea. The first exams, I would not recommend you to look at the score. You can question me, man, without score, how can I? In the initial stage, what will happen is we will be an average of 50 to 55 or 60. That's what the average will be in the beginning. You may not know what does a score means by the time. But the first few exams, my intention would be is your question reading ability. You have to focus on how I'm reading the question and how I'm able to look out at the concepts clearly. That's what your focus will be. So answer your question, it can be 50 or 55, 60. Yeah, that's good to start. But over a period of time, you start understanding how to read a question. It starts getting better day by day. And when you go after a few weeks, maybe from 55, you would have been 65. From 55, you will not go to 85. That will not happen. So 55 will go to only 63, 65. That's the range. There are some people, the first exam, they'll start with 73. Many reasons. They would have read the book few times. They are in the management industry for 20 years, or the way they read carefully. There are some people, if you give a text to them, they read it very well. So the reading ability is also there. So answering question directly, don't worry on the score on the first one. Over a period of time, it's good. But beginning 50, 53, 55, yeah, that's good. Hope that answers you, Bharat.
Okay, thank you.
Perfecto. So shall we take a question now? I have a question. I have some people watching from YouTube, some of them from LinkedIn. So let's do together on a question. And then I have some explanation for this question answer also. Let's discuss this part. I'm putting the question in front of you. There is a question here. Read this question. Apply elimination technique to go for an answer. I'm sorry, getting the answers already. Let's give you seconds. I got few alphabet. I'm getting two alphabet here. One I'm getting D, one I'm getting B. So I'm going to start listening to the people. What is their thought in this question? Let me start with Jansi. I'm seeing your name on the top, so I'm going to pull you here. Can you help me? What is the key term in the question before you go to the answer? Any key term you observed?
Hi Shri.
Hi.
So decided to deal if and when it occurs. That's the last line.
What with it if when it occurs? Okay, that's an interesting line for you. Okay, let me
Yeah.
also read with you on the whole question. Your team has identified several risks in project as well as their probability impact priorities. Is it happened or going to happen or may happen?
It may happen.
May happen. So risk is a future event, right? Not now, future. So
Correct.
the team is identified, which means the action has happened already. As well as their probability and impact. I'm sure we are all aware there is something called a risk register, isn't it? We have something called a risk register. In this risk register, noted down, maybe a supplier is delaying the product, or maybe a resource is resigning, something is there. They put the probability. Probability is 80% chance of happening. If it happens, what is the impact? Impact is high. This has maybe 20% of happening. Impact is moderate or low, something like this. That's a probability and impact and the priority. The team is now exploring the responses strategies to risk if they occur. If they occur, again, if they occur, like Jansi mentioned, if they occur. The team identified that a couple of the programmers on the team might leave. So team leaving is a risk here, which would significantly impact the project, but they have decided to deal with it when it occurs. They don't want to take any action right now. Let it happen. Let's see that. The question is, what is true about it? I'm hearing from Jansi, it goes to D. Why you eliminated other answers, Jansi? What is the thought there?
So A talks about risk mitigation, but
Ah,
we are not really coming up with a plan.
ah,
So that's out for me.
okay.
Uh, Active acceptance. I don't think we are really working out a plan for that risk. So we've accepted it, but we're
Ah,
just going to go with the flow and see what happens when it happens.
okay.
That won't be under active acceptance. That
Okay.
is more passive.
Okay. One is action oriented, one is no action. We are just being
Correct.
there. That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
What about C? Are we doing anything on C? Risk avoiding?
No, we are not doing anything to avoid that risk happening.
What could have been avoided from your thought? Just a thought. Two people are resigning, programmers are going out. What could be avoided? Any thoughts?
Try and retain them.
Retain them. By retaining, we are not even allowing that risk to trigger. Isn't it? That's a thought.
Correct.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Janji. I'll park with Janji, then I'll go to Bharat. Bharat, I'm seeing you given B. What is your thought there?
Actually, I have limited the risk mitigation because decided to deal, so risk is not happening. And second one is risk avoidance, so they are dealing with the risk, decided to deal. So option B and D. So I had chosen active acceptance.
Ah,
So because they are in a situation to deal with it. So I
hmm,
have taken
hmm.
active acceptance.
Okay, okay. That's the answer part. Let's go back to the question. In the question, you found anything interesting which makes you to think like that?
Yeah, there is a chance of team leaving,
Ah,
and the
that's a key point.
impact might be impact happening, and they are decided to deal with it. These are some
Significant impact. That's a heavy impact. Two people out of
yes,
seven-member team, two people are going out. It's a big impact.
yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. So you feel that action is taken, but I don't see anything that line. You see any line on action taken?
No, it is
Okay.
a future.
Future. Nothing has happened. We are assuming. If I feel that tomorrow it will rain, tomorrow it will rain. Already I'm planning. Okay, if it rains tomorrow, I should carry this umbrella. That's a response strategy I'm writing down on paper. Further, I don't write in a paper because it's my day-to-day life. I know when it rains, I have to carry the umbrella. I know this. But in a project level, when I know something could happen, I should write down somewhere what action I should take. If a fire accident happens, don't use the lift, go by steps. Have you seen this notice somewhere in the buildings? When there is a fire, when you evacuate the building, use the steps. You've seen that. So now a risk may happen of fire accident in the building. If the fire accident happens, what can be a mitigation? A mitigation could be you have to run and escape from the place. I'll write down something. Now, point here is, am I writing down something here in this 4-5 lines? Do you write down something? If a person is resigning, what action to be taken? Am I writing down something on this? I feel that portion is missing there. Huh? Let me hold on. Let me not conclude the answers. Go further. I see a couple of them D. Then I'll go with A is also there. Kapila. Do you see A is a good answer?
Yeah, hi Shri. Yes, I see A is a good answer because means from my perspective, I feel that the information which they have given that the team identified couple of programmers might leave. So this is maybe to mislead, because the main question is which one of the following statement is true. And if we see the principles of project management, change is inevitable. So change will happen, no? If the team change will happen. But what
True.
actively we are doing here is we are planning how to mitigate these risks. And we are working on that plan.
Oh. But if you read the line, like Jansi mentioned, but this team decided, let's put some example to understand better. They say programmer, okay? So let's imagine it's a 8-member team. Okay, let's put it like this way. 8 members team. Very good. In this, 2 people will go out in the month of, let's say, September. In September, 2 people are going. So the team will turn into 6-member team. 6-member team. Now I have to see what is the impact. And the lines are saying that there will be a significant impact because I have some deliverable and we call this as a release. Release 1, release 2. Release 1 is getting completed in the month of October. Okay, in October it's getting completed. And these people are going by September. And obviously I can right away say that, hey, there is an impact going to be there. Since I know the impact, should I pre-plan something? What is your thought? Should I pre-plan? When I say pre-plan, should I onboard some people already?
Yes.
Should I do some KT session for them?
Yeah.
Can do that, right?
Yeah.
But what these guys are saying here is, but they decided to deal with it if and when it occurs. They're saying that let it occur. Let it occur. Let them resign. Let them go out. Then we'll take a look of it.
Okay.
Do you think it's a risk? Is it risk handled properly? You think so?
No.
Yeah. Look like from risk handling, are we going to issue handling?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm saying that tomorrow it could rain, and somebody say, "Let it rain." Well, we'll see. We'll walk on the road. If it rains, let's see what to do. No, I will handle. You shall put my kerchief on my head. I could have brought the umbrella, right? I
Yes.
look like something is not happening here. I'm not concluding the answer. I'm just triggering a thought.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll listen one more person, then I'll go for the answer. I see a couple of people also went with a different answer. Let's see that. Salma. Salma, I see you answer with the B. What is your thought on the B?
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Different.
Actually, the last line which you said about just now, that significant impact should be there in case if team is leaving. But they have not taken any actions. Means they have not made any plan that, okay, this will happen and I'm going to do this. So I'm thinking they are accepting it that this will happen. Active, in form of active, because yes, I'm ready to take the chance that, okay, even if they're leaving, at that time I can manage it.
Let me challenge you a bit here. Active and passive English words. Active means taking some action. And what I'm hearing from you is when they decide to deal it, that itself an active acceptance. That's what you feel like that, right?
Yes, I'm feeling means they are in a position that okay, I can take the action.
Okay. Let me trigger something on your thought process. If I say passive, no action on the risk. This is action on the risk. When I say active acceptance, action on the risk. Am I doing any action on the risk itself? Anything happening?
No, not taking any actions right now, as I said.
So when I say taking action, action should be mitigating or avoiding. Is it called action? Is these are called actions?
Yes, if I'm
Or
avoiding means I've taken some decision.
Yeah, exactly right. If rightly somebody said here, if two people are going out of the team, my risk avoidance will be is first I'll go and sit with them on a one-on-one meeting. Hey guys, we have a deliverable going on October, and I see new roles are coming up in the company. I also heard that you people are planning to go out of the company. Any thoughts on this? And they say something on this. I discuss with them, and then I was able to convince them. For example, I was able to convince them if you can stay around after October release, there could be some different role change, promotions could be there, something like this. And both of them feel that that sounds better, Shri. Instead of going out, I could continue here. I could have avoided that risk itself triggering because
Yes.
because the impact is significantly high. I don't want these guys to go because they're very intellectual people, artificial intelligence people. Let's use the latest technology words also. So I'm avoiding that situation itself happening. On answer A, on the same meeting, I'm talking to them, guys, if you can continue here, you get promotion, growth. And these guys are saying that, Shri, I like all what you say. But you know what? I'm migrating to another country. I'm moving out of this country. God, man, can you delay something on this migration? Maybe 3 months later? I will think about it and come back. But you know what, Sri? Probably you make someone in your team to learn from me. I can educate them. I can give a knowledge transfer to them. I can help them up to October release. Beyond that, please don't. I have to move out of the country. Something I'm having, higher studies I'm doing. So now here, I could not avoid that risk. Risk is going to trigger. I could not avoid the risk, but can I reduce the impact? By answer A, can I reduce the impact? By answer A, I'm reducing the impact. By answer C, I'm eliminating that risk itself triggering. Now, these two are called action. Can I call that as an action? Will that qualify as an action? Yeah, bit tricky. Super tricky question, right? I see many people different answers here. A has come as answer, B has come as answer, D is also answer. C is not an answer. No one has given us a C. The answer is settled with the passive acceptance. I'm going to now listen to someone who gave D here. What was their thought? I see Pritham, I see Satyamurthy. You want to share any thoughts? Why you thought D is a good answer from your perspective?
Absolutely, because you see, they're telling they decided to deal with it. Well, that means they accept it in principle, but their action will be when it occurs. It is a clear example of passive acceptance. That means immediately no action plan taken, but it is in their mind. It is being parked. They will keep it in the register. Yes, it is going to happen, and when it is going to happen, we will accordingly act as per the situation on that day.
Okay, so you mean this is issue, right? This is issue. They're not doing risk there. But okay, your answer is good. Thanks for the explanation. But one question to you, Pritham. Why someone has to do like this? It looks so much ignorance or...
It is not ignorance. They are knowingly doing it. Means they are taking a bit of chance. Number one, maybe the cost impact ratio immediately, if they do, could be a little high.
I like that point. What you said is right. Cost impact ratio. There are certain risk. If you get inside to solve that, that will be costlier than it occurs. Are you with me? What I'm saying? There are certain risks. To solve that, you will do something, mitigation or avoidance. This will be more expensive
Yes.
than let it happen, right? But every time it will be this way? Not necessarily.
No.
Necessarily.
Actually,
But
you see, in a project, when it
Mhm.
is going on, they have the experience that
Mhm.
up to what effect this can cause damage in future. So that from their experience or the calculated risk they are taking it,
Mhm.
if they think it can, no, it is
Maybe I
going to
lost your mic, Pritham. Not hearing you.
uh,
Audible.
suppose if they think the risk later on will derail the project in totality, they will
Ah,
immediately take the action plan. But
very
if
good. Very good.
they can absorb it later on, they will do
Ah,
it.
very good. Very good. I think you're talking about risk threshold.
Yes, it is
Threshold.
related to some kind of relation with risk threshold is also there.
Very good. Very well said. Very good. Super, Pritham. That's a good example, explanation. One thing, observation here on this passive acceptance, there are some low level risk. Here they say significant impact. Imagine I have a person called John in my team. John is a newcomer. And this person, the last 6 months, performed okayish. Not super great, not super down. Now, John says John could resign from the team. And also my project is wrapping down. It's getting closing stage. Project is in the closing stage. John is a okay performer. And John is going to say me that, Shri, I'm going to go out of the team by September. Definitely having a team member is nice for me, but project is getting closed. He's also okay for me in the project. John is going to move to another project, not my project, another project. When this happens, the impact is very low. I can also go for passive acceptance. Just let it happen. It's okay. It's okay. It's not a big rain. It's going to drizzle. It's going to drizzle. Yeah, it's okay. Let it happen. I'll walk on the drizzling. It's okay. It's not a pouring rain. Yeah. So there are certain things high risk, certain things are low risk. High risk, as Preetham mentioned, the cost of mitigating is very expensive beyond the threshold or something. Then we say that, okay, guys, let's not do anything there. Whereas something very low, you don't do anything, let it happen. Both are possible. How interesting, right? This question is. Now, ask to you, can I apply this in agile projects? Is it possible in agile also? Question to you. But the human resource is possible both the side. Can we say like that? Can happen both the place, agile, non-agile? Okay, let's listen to Rajesh. Yes, Rajesh, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Rajesh, you're audible.
Yeah, the way I'm getting the question is like, for example, active acceptance means we will we will find some maybe solution for it. Passive active acceptance is we will not find solution for it. We will
Not
we
needed.
will leave
You're
it
right.
as is.
You're right. You're right.
Like for example, in your car you have your active and passive safety, correct?
What do you do with that? In the car, what do you do with that?
So you have your active safety. Say for example, say your airbag is your active safety. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so like that.
Okay. Good to know. Good to
So
know.
here
Thanks for
we are not reacting it here. So we know
yeah.
it, but we are not reacting. So active safety can be so even when we are mitigating a risk, that is active acceptance. So we are
There you
active.
go. There you go. You got it. That's a point. Thanks, Rajesh, for adding that valuable point here. If you look at the screen, avoidance and mitigation are generally used for high priority, high impact risk. Generally used, not always, generally, which means if there is an opportunity, I would look for acceptance, but this acceptance can be branched down into active acceptance, passive acceptance. In active acceptance, I'm going to step inside and write some clauses or responses like avoiding or transferring or mitigating. I'll do something on it. I'll do something on it. When I say active acceptance, yes, I accept it actively. What are you going to do? I'll do some action. When I accept, yeah, but I just leave it, let it happen. I'm aware of it, let it happen. I will have a risk register in which I have 25 risk, top risk. I do have some 3 or 4 bottom level risk. If it happens, let it happen. It's okay. I can take it. Or we heard a case right now with the cost of the handling the risk is a very high, which is not going to be helpful for you. Better let it happen and then leave it there. So both the extreme can happen. But when it's very high handling the risk, because of that we're leaving it, it's not good in a project. You have to watch out what's happening there. Yeah, because in this example which we saw now, significant impact. The person, 2 people going out is significant impact, but we are keeping quiet. But is it good? Definitely not good. But for some reason they're keeping quiet. Why? That we should understand. That will go back to your retrospective. That will go back to your root cause analysis. That will go back to continuous improvement process in the company. Many things are there. You cannot solve all the problem in one area, right? We are seeing this is an area to identify the problem, but solving the problem is a different area. But answering you, active and passive is active is taking some action. When you see some action, you can see this word. You will work to eliminate the threat. As I said, I will have a coffee time with this guy. Hey, you look like you're going to go out of the company. Anything I can do? I will eliminate that trigger itself happening. The person not even think about resignation. But I can't do always the same thing, right? Sometimes it will fail. I can't work. You will only reduce it, which means I will delay the process of resigning from the job. Or I'll bring a couple of more people who can learn it. Now we saw only on a human resource parameter, right? It could be technical also. I have a deliverable, and this deliverable is technically challenging. So I have to bring some SME, I have to bring some automation so that I eliminate that trigger of that risk happening. But if I cannot do that, I will know there is a fix or a bug problem is going to come up. I'll reduce the probability of a failure by doing some mitigation work, maybe training some people how to use the technology or informing my customer this is how you have to use something I'll do. So sometimes you work to totally remove the cause or the situation triggering. In some cases, you cannot do that. You only reduce the probability of happening. So this 2 variation is more of action oriented, accepting but keeping quiet, passive, no action, just you wait. You note down in the document, you wait. Interesting. One question to people, in what scenario we will escalate to someone? Any thoughts on that? When you will escalate to someone? When you escalate to risk.
When it involves cost and schedule.
Cost and schedule involved will escalate. The same will be in avoid also, right? In avoid also, your time delay can happen. Supplier cannot deliver the spare parts. Going to be delayed by 2 months. Do you like to escalate that?
Escalation can be done in several cases. If there is cost, time, and schedule delay, and it is changing the baseline, then definitely it is to be escalated to your client as well as your management and taken approval from them before you go for the changes. That means you have to go through a change control board or something.
Yep. Well said.
And mainly if it in some cases if it involves the management reserve also, in that case also you may have to escalate up to contingency reserve. It is in your capability, but if the management reserve is to be touched upon, then you may have to take some escalation with your management, top management.
Is it something escalation, can we say that, which is not in the control of this team? Which means, for example, there is a regulatory change happens in the industry.
Yes, of
right?
course.
Could be, right? Like what happens between India and China or Pakistan, something is happening now, which is not in our control. But see, this you should know, like enterprise environmental factors. Yes, I know this. But regulatory says that you should not do this. You should do this, kind of some norms comes in. Because of this, rightly Preetham mentioned, time and cost of my project will change. But I can't make all the decisions. I have to go through my company's governance. I have to go through my company's way of working, what to do. I have to escalate if that kind of risk happens, which is not in my control. By the way, keep in mind, none of this risk has happened. Risk is always a future event. It may or may not. I am writing down in a document today, May 25th. If in case there is a regulatory change, if in case there is a budgeting change, if in case there is something happen like this, if in there's a COVID reappear and because of some changes happen here, which I cannot control as a team, or we cannot control as a team. We need someone to involve into that, handle it. So in this scenario, I will escalate. I'll note it down. On that day, it happens. May 25 today. Let's imagine July, something happens. On July, when the risk is triggered. When it is triggered, I'll watch out. Can I avoid this risk? No, we don't have action for it. Can you avoid the regulatory? No, you cannot. Can you mitigate the regulatory? No, we cannot. Can you transfer the? No, you cannot. Then what to do? Let's escalate to the management, sponsors, key people in the company. Guys, this is happening. We cannot do this. Can you involve into this? Because this is what we noted down 2 months back. If this risk happens, we will come to you. So we are coming to you. You may get an answer for it or you may not get the answer. But the point here is there are certain things which you cannot handle on your own, where you have to go to some party who is responsible for it. Could be a director, portfolio manager, sponsor, regulatory body, government regulations, or law and order, something you'll do. These all above the circle of what the project can do. Oh, interesting topic, right? Good. Nice. Good
Acha,
topic.
in the last question, you told that whether that passive acceptance can be extended for an agile project. The answer is no. It
No.
cannot be, because in an agile concept, you have to go for the iterative or incremental type job. So there,
Okay.
the risk factor, if you can assess, you have to immediately take action. That means it has to be active acceptance.
But no passive acceptance, not at all. Can we say not at all in Agile?
Generally to be avoided.
General to be avoided. But there are situations, right? There also we have to keep quiet. There are some low-level risk. High-level risk, you are right, because in Agile, the main process is reduce the risk as much as possible. The whole Agile process itself to mitigate the risk, reduce the risk as early. But there are some low-level risks. We can also give it, okay, let it go. Let's
No,
not
if the
push too much
question
on this.
specifies it is low level risk, it is okay. But if the question is vague, you cannot understand whether it is low level or high level, then you have to go for active acceptance.
Yep. Well said. I like that. Good thought process. That's a one topic I want to discuss with you. What is the takeaway today in the Sunday prayers? Any one or two takeaways from the success stories and the subject?
Consistency.
Don't delay giving the exams.
Book the exam. Don't delay the exam. That's a good learning we had. And do anyone observe what book to read for the exam?
Rita 11 and Agile
Okay.
Practice Guide.
Agile practice.
Agile practice guide. What should be the scores while preparing?
From starting 55 to 60, then it is up to 70.
Do keep going. So an average of a 68, 70, 72, it's a very good average in ShriLearning. Very good. If you're between 65, 68, it's a good one. 60 to 65, people are clearing the examination, but sometimes it also gets tricky depending on the main exam. If a main exam paper gets more tougher, people at the 58, 63, 65 will have a bit challenge to push on that day. If an exam was a moderate paper, yeah, that's fine. How do we know it's a moderate or tough paper? Really, we don't know. No one knows about it. So it depends on your day also. That day, how do you slept, how you feel energetic, your confidence level. Many parameters are there in clearing examination. For safer side, in ShriLearning, when you start preparing for the examination, 40 questions, 60 questions, a 10 question exam, don't stress much on the score in the very beginning stage, first week of the preparation, second week of the preparation. Don't stress on score. If I am in your place, I should first remember that don't worry on the score. Focus on question reading ability. Repeat again. Focus on question reading ability. Many in this room will not have a native English. The language is not your native English. My native language is not English for you. We may speak good English, because of many colonies formed in the country, we speak English, we learned English. That doesn't mean your brain is processing by English. Your brain is still processing by your regional language, your own language. For this reason, very knowledgeable people still struggle in the main exam. The reason is their English reading ability was struggling. Nothing wrong in it. It's a language. After all, it's a language. That's it, right? So what we can work out is focus on, am I reading the question correctly? How do you do that? Rahul posted 10 questions in the WhatsApp group. And sometime later, I will also post a right answer. I will take both question paper and the right answers or wrong answers. Sit and see. First question, this is what I read. Answer is A. I have also given A. Did I think the same way the justification is given in the answer? I will see that. If my brain is thinking in the same order, very good. If it is not thinking the same order, something wrong. I gave answer A, but the answer is actually B. Which keyword I missed out so that I went to answer A? It will take time consuming process. One question will take 15 to 20 minutes to analyze, sometimes even 35 minutes to analyze. I'll tell it's worth the investment. If you put that investment for some time, slowly it will pick up. Second tip before we sign off for the day. In PMBOK book, 7th edition. You all have PMBOK 7th edition, most of you? You have PMBOK 7th edition with you? Or you have Agile Practice Kit book with you? If you have this, both the books, people listening to this audio or video, go to the end of the book. There is something called glossary. There is something called glossary. Or if you go to ShriLearning portal, we have noted down all these glossaries, information, keywords. I will read at least 10 words per day. Even your exam is 1 week from now, 10 days from now, 1 month from now. Every day before I close my day, I will read 10 words. If I am in your place, what I will do is, I'll tell you my habits, what I did when I'm preparing. I will read it and I'll take a paper pen, write it. There is something called EVM, Earned Value Management. I will write Earned Value Management and I will write one line what I understood about it. Earned Value Management is used to track a project, SPI, CPI. I'll just write it one line. It's okay. Your brain process efficiently when you write down. It's well proven all over the world. You can type it, you can write it, but writing is a topmost in the world. When you write something, it stays with you. 10 words per day. If you write once, in next 20 days, you will have big vocabulary with you. When you go to any meetings, apart from PMP exam, you will shine like anything. So if you can do these actions, preparing the question paper with understanding the subject, not worrying on the score, taking the vocabulary constantly, your score starts improving. This is applicable for PMP. If you do PMI ACP, you know what book to read. There also we have vocabulary. You can improve. Yep. And Vaidis will put another point. Do not panic. Stay calm and you will clear the exam. Thanks, Vaidis, for staying around and giving those inputs. I appreciate it. Great then. Great then. And then I have a fantastic Sunday and beautiful days. And again, we'll connect by next week. I have a few more people going for examination. We will listen to them. People have exams, people have questions. Don't hesitate. Directly reach out to me or Rahul. We'll be happy to help you. Have a fantastic Sunday. See you all. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Shri.
Thank you, Sri.
Thank you, Shri sir.
Thank you.